Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So today we're going on our regular Monday morning shopping spree, and it took me a little longer than normal this morning to organize myself because a lot of the things that I had cover calls on in my Roth IRA, the options got exercised, so I had to reestablish those options positions. So if you want to see that, it's a members only video that I'm going to upload later today. So that got straightened out. So now I have $915.41 to invest in my margarine account. So we'll start with GLDY, even though it says GDXY, but we're going to buy $91.54 of that. And I think Goldie, can you buy fractional shares of it? Done. Okay. And so for GDXY, we will buy the same amount. That is $91.54. Buy. Done. And then for SDTY, I think this one you can only do whole shares. So I'm going to try to get 2 shares then for $90.13. So we're going to buy 2 shares of SDTY, which pays its ex-div date, or the declaration date is on Tuesday, so the ex-div date is on Wednesday. It pays on Thursday, as opposed to the XDTE, which is more established. So we'll go ahead and buy $92.54 of XDTE because SDTY was about $1 short. And so this will pay on Friday, which means the money will be, Robinhood does it overnight, so the money will be available on Monday morning, or like Friday night, so it'll be available during the day on. Anyways, let's go to SpyEye, and that only pays the 12%, but it is my opinion that over the long term, this will retain or grow its NAV. It doesn't matter that it is down right now, because if you can't invest in the the S&P 500, and expect that to go up over time, there's nothing at all in the entire stock market that you can invest in. So we're trying to get blocks to 100 shares, and then I will choose something different, maybe something like BTCI. So we are getting closer to 100 shares, but we're not quite there yet. So buy. You're done. And then winter, or I need to change this. Why don't we just go ahead and change this? This is not SDTY again. This is SLTY. That was a spelling mistake I did a really long time ago, and I never bothered to correct it. So $45.77. Review that. We're buying a share of that, and yeah, this is an inverse, so over time I am expecting it to lose money, but it's also a hedge. And so if I had bought protective puts on, I don't know, like Misty at this point, on my YSpy, I would be losing the $200 every 4 weeks every month or two anyways. So this is just getting some money back as it goes down. And then we have Winter, our Wonder Boy over here. So I'm doing $137 and 31 cents. And the only thing keeping my portfolio alive at this point. But I do have, I have my dividend coming, but also I do have a trailing stop loss of if it loses 15% from its high point, then I am going to sell 100 shares, and I have 200 shares, so like half of my position, just because it is now a really large part of my portfolio diversity. And so actually that's not so bad. I've stated in the past that this is supposed to be around 10% of my portfolio, and SLTY is also supposed to be 10% of my portfolio. That way 20% of my portfolio is hedged, even though at this moment less than half of my portfolio is in strategy or Bitcoin. But I do still have my Sailor Mooning account that has all my strategy stuff in it. I went ahead and moved the Misty. It's going to have that 1-to-5 split on the 8th, so next week, and that'll become 20 shares because it's 1-to-5. So it can do whatever it needs to do. And speaking of that, we'll just continue straight buying, and then we'll go back to doing options in my margin account. So leverage trash 61.44, so that is I'm doing mental math, so $30 $30.72 is close enough. So we're going to transfer money, and it'll be $30.72 from my leverage trash to my margin account. Review and transfer, and now we get to do everything again. 30.72 done. And so let's go to my leverage trash account. We have $30.72, and we're basically just going to put the whole thing into WPay. 30.72, and it's better to buy WPay on down days because it is leveraged, and the way that WPay works is it has uncapped upside, so if we ever get out of this correction, we will have better recovery from this. At least that's the hope. And it should be less than like 1% of my portfolio, but like if we're thinking overall, combining my margin, Sailor Mooning, and leveraged account. So I don't think I have too much of my overall portfolio in this. I am trying to get it to be the 20 shares in this, and then I will move on to the next thing, which I was thinking Chippy, but it might actually be KYLD. Because I'm more excited about that. So just keeping it to being like broad market. This is supposed to change. Oh, this I had 1,000 shares. It changed to 100 shares. So it's at $39 now. So hopefully YieldMax can keep that at around a $40 thing, but we'll see. We'll just write that down to 0, I guess, just to keep it in my portfolio to remind me that Ulti exists. So Yeah, we're getting things up to 20 shares, and then we're going around and getting everything to, 100, 150, like just doing everything together, round robin like that. So, we have $30.72. I think what I'm gonna do though is just, instead of doing all of the entire thing, we'll just go to XDTE and do 30.72 because we're not overweight in the S&P 500 right now. So we're going to just do that. Okay, done. So now we're going to do the options, which I normally just show the members, but it's fine. So IBIT, I want to do trade options. I'm going to sell puts on this, and I should probably bring it up and move it over to my Monday morning shopping spree if I'm going to continue to reference it. But we have my new ETF doodles. This one, and we'll make that so people might even be able to read it. So IBIT, we have a goal of 304 contracts. So I have 200 shares of IBIT, which means I'm going to do 2 cover calls and 2 selling puts. The SPY, I'm going to just roll it over, and the goal for the entire week is $30, but everything's down, so I might be able to just roll it down today and just keep rolling it over this week. So, but let's start. And I don't think we're doing Misty anymore. I think we can just not. So we're selling a put. We have a goal of $300 for IBIT for the week. So why don't we just go, because it's down, so you're getting more premium for it. So let's do, okay, .63, and it is once a week, so equals this times this. So that is 46, 47, 47. So that's a 70% return, which is not bad. Except, yeah, it really was 46, sorry. So 46, that's a 70% return, which is also not bad. So we'll do that. And we're selling 1 put there. So we're doing 1 contract, and we'll do 54, just like, okay, I didn't mean to click on that, but that's fine. So we're submitting that. Done. And then we could do at 47. I mean, I should do it at like 45. That way it has the delta of, well, yeah. So like as you go down, like it has .43, and this is for 45.5, as it has a 40% distribution rate. So do I want more distribution but a higher chance of getting assigned? I think because I'm actually doing the dividend wheel, that we can actually go more aggressive. So we'll go with this and continue 1 and 0.8. 1. Submit. Done. And then we'll do, let's do the IBIT as the cover calls now. So sell a call. I have 2 contracts I can deal with. So I don't actually want to get assigned these, or like, I don't particularly want to have them called away. So we'll just do this one. 1, and we got 0.38. Submit. Done. And then we'll do we'll do, because, okay, so if you do like .20 and it's a 51.5, oh my gosh, 52, and then that was, it's like, what, why did I have that twice? 51.5. Okay, so that's a 20% return, which is like not amazing for Bitcoin. So let's do 49.5 and get 1, and we'll do .63 just in the middle. Submit. And so now I have 4 contracts on IBIT. And the other thing that I had in here was Misty and the SPY. So let's do my, that's a pending order. We have waiting for it to update because I already have the SPY, so I can just roll the position. So you have a SPY and we have the SPY call. It is worth 45 cents right now. So let's roll this position, and expiring today, and we'll just see what it's like. So right now I'm kind of close to the thing already. I don't want to go down here, so we'll roll it over for tomorrow. And we'll go up to here, and then we'll just roll it over this week. .29, and so hopefully that takes. And then we're gonna look at my margin buffer and just make sure that I can do more. Oh, okay. Well then, we're going to just stick, because if I don't want to do more IBIT options, we could do BITO because it's cheaper, right? So we can do puts on BITO, and the goal is $60. So it would be much harder. I'd have to do like 5 contracts at $12. So, but if we do IBIT, then, and why is my goal this? Well, by my estimations, the amount that I have in my stocks that I have, the ETFs, that should give me the minimum I need for my bills. This is just the extra so that I can pay down my margin buffer and also have the extra so that when I need to pay off my 0% credit cards next year, that I have enough buffer in my margin loan to be able to accept that. So we have IBIT. We're going to trade options, and we're going to sell puts, and we already have it at 47. We have 46. We're trying to get $60 more, right? Okay. So we can do one at 45. One and 9. Review order and submit. Done. And then what is my margin buffer going to be like? Oh, you know what? I think when you have the pending orders, it doesn't. It doesn't go, doesn't make your margin buffer go down. So, I think, I mean, I could just do one more IBIT puts just to get to the $60, but I also don't want to get like 19% margin buffer. Although when it is options collateral, it doesn't move up and down like when you use regular margin, so it's helping to like stabilize the portfolio. And I have more control. Like if I lose it, I don't have to, well, I can roll it forward so that it's not in danger of being assigned either when I sell a call or sell a put. But there's no guarantee that like people will accept my offer. So I would much rather just not put out too much. Like we're just really close to getting that. We'll do a BITO, even though the option chain isn't as good, but it does pay a good amount in distributions if I have to get, like if I'm stuck in BITO or if I get assigned BITO. So we'll just do this, and it's close enough. It doesn't, it's just a goal, you know? So we'll do one of these, and then we're done. So I will log this in my options and just make sure that in my tracker, just to make sure I'm on track for the week. But so far, so good. I woke up and Mr. was not doing great this morning. So today on Financial Philharmonics, we have All I Want for Christmas is a Santa Rally. Would it really be too much to ask for us to have a little bit of green in December? It's not all about red, okay? And then I did post another video of amazing financial commentary, which is my second channel that I'm trying to get monetized and go after brands, and I'm a face channel, so hopefully the path will be easier because this is more broadly finance related, not just high income ETFs. So if you want to support me in that way, go like and comment and subscribe over there. And then I really want to thank my members. You all are amazing and you're helping make this channel and YieldMight more sustainable. So thank you so much, M. Curry, Joey, Brian, Shane O'Mac, next up for E, Russell, Leroy, Scott, Michael, Bill Bryant, Patrick Spalding, BGP Automotive, Opinion in Mine, Jetta, and Omega Werewolf X. You all are amazing, and thank you so much for making your bad financial decisions together with me. So, what are your moves for this week? And I will talk to you later. Bye.